of truth, beauty, and goodness. The one I encountered the Lord the most out of my 4 years here was truth. Through becoming involved in St. Mary's and just learning more about him and my relationship with him and his teachings, I just love the truth.
I probably find God most in goodness, especially through the friendships that I've made that have pushed me to grow in my faith. And he's been really good in that way and providing for me.
I saw that goodness reflected a lot in my friends and in Father George. They pushed me to do better, and I knew that they were also striving to be as best as they could, as excellent as they could, as holy as they could.
Then Jesus approached and said to them, "All power in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit." Every parent sends their child to college to get an education, but every young person goes to college to have fun and to make friends. And so we meet those college students exactly where they're at.
I decided to join a sorority because I didn't know anyone coming to SFA. It sounded like an easy transition from high school to college, so I thought joining it would fulfill that desire to be known.
So freshman year, just came to Mass on Sundays, didn't really have a prayer life. And then sophomore year, I got involved at a non-denominational church with one of my friends. And that kind of just left me wanting more. I would leave church on Sundays and feel like there was no point because the Eucharist was missing.
So I have a bit of an interesting college experience. I graduated high school and went to Holy Trinity Seminary in Irving. Was there for a year and a half, and I discerned out halfway through my sophomore year and transferred to SFA, kind of on a whim.
We teach our students how to build good, healthy relationships. We create opportunities for them to have fun, not only because they need to develop as human beings, they need to have healthy relationships, but also because those friendships, those relationships can be bridges to Jesus Christ. We invite them into our friend group, and we are friends of Christ.
My friendship with Ashley was different from my other friendships because she desired me to go to heaven. She walked with me in my faith and sometimes held my hand. She sat down with me in the chapel until I went to confession. And there were no words said, but she was just, I knew she was praying for me and for the courage to get up and go. Through Ashley's intentionality with me and love for me, that I got up and went.
I was drawn to Father George because he's very personable and young and relatable, but at the same time, he is clearly a priest. He's also not afraid to hang out with the college students sometimes. Seeing that in a priest has really inspired me over the last 2 years to kind of reshape the way I think about the priesthood, for one, and inspire me also to want to pursue that.
The friends at St. Mary's aren't afraid to call you out in the most loving way. They just want you to grow in your faith and strive after holiness. It's definitely more of positive peer pressure. When all your friends are going to Mass every day, going to adoration, you also want to go.
I just saw the love of the St. Mary's community, even though they didn't know me. They desired to know me.
We send them to be those new fishermen that go and build those relationships with those who do not know Jesus Christ on campus. And through those friendships, through those relationships, they become the bridges to then once again start the process of building more disciples for Jesus Christ.
What I have found while I was at SFA, I did a much better job at welcoming them there into our pre-existing community, right? And then talking to them, getting to know them, teaching them. That really helped me to identify that seminary is the right next step for me.
Here at St. Mary's, we don't just provide a place for Catholic kids to hang out. That is part of what we do. But really what's at the heart of St. Mary's is re-energizing the church. We want to fill the pews of every single parish with that cute young couple sitting next to each other, showing up to Sunday Mass, showing up to daily Mass, helping out in catechesis that your kids can look up to. We fill the seminaries with good, holy young men who desire to be sacrificial priests, faithful to Jesus Christ and to his church. Ultimately, we're about forming saints. Saints who will fill not only the church, but also fill heaven itself.